So this is your cantilever retaining wall, and we have the proportioning of this wall. So this width is 0.2 meter that we have. Then overall width of this is 3 meter. Then the toe projection 0.75, heel projection 1.8. So this is 0.75. This one is 1.8. Right. This one is 0.450, I guess. 0.450. And this width is also 0.450. So this is our preliminary assumption projection for the proportioning of retaining wall. Then the height, here is the foundation. So this is your foundation, right? And this one is depth of footing, and depth of footing is 1.2 meter, and overall height is 5.2 meter. So this is 1.2, this one is 1.2, and overall height is 5.2 meter. Overall height from this point to this point is 5.2 meter. And here it is the backfill. So this one is the ground surface. Right. And this is your length view. This way. And this is your backfill. This portion is backfill. Now, as we have preliminary dimension of retaining wall, next we need to check whether the provided these all dimensions are correct or not, and that you can do by stability analysis. This you can do by stability analysis. And what is stability analysis? You are checking whether your retaining wall is stable against the force or not, and that you can do by three ways. One is check by overturning forces, means your retaining wall can safe in overturning. Then sliding condition, that dam is safe in sliding. And third is uplift pressure. Right. So these three checks we need to perform in this stability analysis. Right. Before doing this stability analysis, the very first thing that you need to do after getting the proportioning of dam is to draw pressure diagram. Right. So now you are going to check the stability of full retaining wall. So for that condition, you need to draw pressure diagram. So I am extending this level. You need to draw the pressure distribution diagram, active pressure distribution diagram for the full height of retaining wall. So this full height is 5.2 meter, and this is your retaining wall. Here this is backfill. यहाँ पे ये backfill है. For this portion is your backfill portion. So due to this backfill, this retaining wall is getting the pressure, and that pressure from the heel side or from the backfill side is known as active pressure, and that active pressure diagram you are going to draw. So that pressure diagram is again maximum at the bottom and zero at the top. So this is my pressure diagram, and this pressure diagram is maximum at bottom and 0 at the top, and here the height is 5.2 meter. For the stability analysis, you need to consider full height of retaining wall. So this is 5.2 meter, and this is the pressure distribution diagram throughout the height. Pressure distribution throughout the height. Right. Now here the value is gamma W, sorry, Ka gamma W into H. Here H is your capital H because total height of retaining wall. So this is your capital H. So Ka gamma into capital H will be your intensity at the bottom. And this triangle or the resultant active pressure will act at the CG of the triangle. So this will be your PA. Right, and this will act at a distance of capital H by 3. Actually this diagram you need to show over here, ये यहाँ पे, right, क्योंकि ये force यहाँ पे लग रहा है, but due to the understanding I am just drawing this diagram separately away from the depth. Otherwise this is pressure diagram, soil pressure diagram due to this soil mass. So this PA, as I explained earlier also, will be 1/2 K gamma into H, capital H square. This is my active pressure. Right. And again I need to draw the uplift pressure diagram also, and I'm assuming that this uplift pressure is positive at both the sides, so no negative pressure is acting. So this is P minimum, just this is the qualitative diagram of uplift pressure, and this one is P maximum, and in between this is the linear diagram. Right. So this is known as uplift pressure diagram. We are going to find the pressure value. This is called the active pressure. If you wish, you can consider the passive pressure diagram also, but that pressure is minimum compared to the active one, so you can ignore that also. But so in some of the book you can find the passive pressure diagram and the contribution of passive pressure diagram into the stability analysis. I will show you how you can consider passive pressure in stability analysis later on at the time of analysis. So this way you need to first draw after proportioning active pressure diagram and uplift pressure diagram. This diagram are just a qualitative diagram because no values are here. Now after doing this pressure diagram, next will be the distribution of the composite member of retaining wall. Distribution of composite member, that means this is your trapezoidal. Right, so this trapezoidal either you can consider as trapezoidal area, full area, or you can divide this trapezoidal into two triangle and one rectangle. Two triangle and one rectangle. Sorry, here this is not the inclined one. This one is the straight one. So this one is 1.8 and this is your 0.450. Right, so this will be divided into one triangle and one rectangle. So just I am doing that. I am just dividing this trapezoidal into here W1, so weight 1, here I am denoting as W2. Then ये जो पूरा है base slab, this is called the base slab concrete का. So this I am considering as W3 base slab, पूरा base slab area I am considering as W3, and here there will be backfill, here there will be backfill, and I am considering backfill load as W4. Right, now all these loads are W4. All these loads are vertically downward. So I am noting this force as vertically downward. This WT is also vertically downward. W3 is also vertically downward, and W4 is also vertically downward. So here the total load which is acting in downward position is weight 1, weight 2, weight 3 and weight 4. That is the backfill weight. The force which is acting upward direction is P minimum and P maximum, and the force which is applied in lateral direction, that is PA. And if you consider passive pressure, then passive pressure आपको यहाँ पे draw करना है इतनी जगह पे. I am just drawing very small figure of passive pressure diagram. तो यहाँ पे ऐसे passive pressure diagram आपको draw करना है. Right, so this is the intensity, that is Kp gamma into H. यहाँ पे गामा W नहीं आएगा, दिस इज गामा जस्ट गामा एस सॉइल प्रेशर, सॉइल यूनिट वेट ऑफ सॉइल. सो हियर यू कैन कंसीडर दिस, एंड उसका जो रिजल्टेंट है वो P यहाँ पे लगेगा. सो दैट इज योर पैसिव प्रेशर, एंड दैट पैसिव प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू 1/2 K गामा इंटू H स्क्वायर. यहाँ पे H स्क्वायर क्या है? डेप्थ ऑफ फुटिंग. दिस H is nothing but your depth of footing. So this way the two lateral forces are acting, one is active and one is passive. Now depend on this diagram, you need to prepare one table for the stability analysis. You need to prepare one table for the stability analysis. And how you can prepare? So I am just showing you the table. So this way you need to prepare one table which is having first part as load in terms of the type of load acting on this retaining wall. The type of load is W1, W2, W3, W4, and the other type of load which is acting as active pressure and passive pressure. So these are the load which is acting on the retaining wall. Then magnitude in terms of, you need to find out weight of this stem part, weight of this triangle stem part, weight of this base slab, weight of this backfill. So that is the weight. And for the stability analysis, one thing you need to remember, that suppose this is your wall, right? Due to this active pressure, ऐसे लगेगा यहाँ पे, ये सॉइल है, यही फिगर है, बट आई एम ड्रॉइंग ओवर हियर. ये यहाँ पे सेपरेट ड्रॉ किया बिकॉज वी रिक्वायर डिफरेंट वैल्यूज टू राइट, बट एक्चुअली ये है, यहाँ पे जो बैकफिल है दैट विल गिव द प्रेशर इन टर्म्स ऑफ ट्राइंगल. सो ड्यू टू दिस प्रेशर, this portion of your dam is trying to overturn. यहाँ से ये due to this pressure, this part, toe part of the dam can easily overturn, and that will lead to the overturning of your retaining wall like this, right? यहाँ से ऐसे. So this portion, ये toe का जो portion है, that will be the point of attraction for calculation of overturning moment forces, right? So 4 points you need to remember for this gravity, retaining wall design. The very first is this point, and I'm denoting this point as A point. where you will find all the forces, all the moment at A point for the stability analysis. Then for the stem design, you will find the moment at this B point. This is at B point. Then for the heel slab design, you will find all the forces at this C point. All the forces at C point. And for the toe design, you will find all the forces at D point. Right, so you need to remember this A, B, C, D point, where this point A is for the stability analysis, point B is for design of stem, point C is design of heel slab. This is your heel part, heel slab की जब हम डिजाइन करेंगे तो, and this is toe part. So and point D is for the toe design. So this A, B, C, D point you need to remember, so that it will be easy for you to find the moment or to get the moment for each and every element. The simple way is A point is stability overturning about this point. The point for the design of stem, you require the junction of stem and base slab, so that is B point. For the heel design, you require junction of stem and heel, so C point. And for the toe stem design, toe design, the junction of stem and toe is D point. So this way you can remember this A, B, C, D point for the full design of cantilever retaining wall. So this, in this case, this magnitude is your load value and distance from A. So all the forces you are finding from A point. So here in this our figure, this is point, this one is point A. This is my point A. And I will find all the forces for the stability analysis at this A point only. Right. And then after bending moment about A means यहाँ पे आपको bending moment भी find कर देना है. So so now I'm preparing the table over here. The very first is load. Instead of magnitude, you can write self weight also. That is in terms of kilonewton. Then distance from A point. Right. And last is bending moment at A point. So this way you need to prepare this table. Now very first load is W1. W1. So here you can write as W1, and you can draw the area also, rectangle area. Now this is this retaining wall is reinforced concrete member. So self weight will be density. You require in kilonewtons, so density into volume. Now what is volume? Volume is equal to here cross section area of element into length of wall. So here this length of wall we will consider as 1 meter. So only we require to multiply 25 density kilonewton per meter cube and cross section area of element. So here self weight is equal to 25 into. Now this is 0.2 meter and this is 0.4 rectangle is 0.2 and this is height of stem. Now height of stem up to this point, small h. So height of stem हमारा है 4.75 meter. Height of stem is 4.75 meter. So 25 into 4.75 into 0.2 into 1. Then distance from A point. A point से ये rectangle का distance. Now this rectangle, only this rectangle CG point will be at the center. So if this is 0.2 meter, then CG load will act at 0.1 meter. But you required all the distance from A point. So this CG of W1 is at 0.1, but distance of this CG from A point will be this 0.75. This is 0.75. Then ये triangle का जो remaining portion, ये 0.2 है, this is 0.45. So this triangle portion यहाँ तक का इसका distance है 0.25. So from A point the distance will be 0.75 plus 0.25 plus CG distance 0.1. So 1.1 will be the distance from A point. And bending moment at A, so here you need to find out force. So 25 into 4.75 into 0.2, so this will give 23.75 kilonewton of load for the rectangle part of stem. So this 23.75 into 1.1, this will give 26.125 kilonewton into meter moment at A point. Kilonewton into meter moment at A point. Now see the direction of moment. This is A point. This is your downward direction. Due to this downward direction, the moment will be clockwise movement. यहाँ से अगर आप A point को पकड़ो और अगर आप हाथ की मूवमेंट से देखो, then this W1 force will give the clockwise movement. So this is your clockwise movement, right? This is your positive clockwise movement for the W1 force, right? Same way you need to perform for W2. Now W2 is triangle. So triangle area will be 25. First you need to write down density, and area of triangle will be 1/2 into 0.25 into 4.75 into 1. Right. So this will give the total load of triangle portion. So 14.85 kilonewton. Now CG distance from A point. So W2 is triangle. ये ऐसा triangle है, and this distance is 0.25. So triangle का CG कहाँ पे होगा? Triangle CG will be at this point. राइट यहाँ से ये कितना होगा? यहाँ से ये 1/3 होगा, 1/3 of 0.25, और यहाँ से ये होगा 2/3 of 0.25. तो हमारा क्या होगा? 2/3 of 0.25 प्लस यहाँ से देखो, यहाँ से ये 2/3 of 0.25 तो ले लिया, प्लस हमें ए से डिस्टेंस है तो 0.75 को ऐड करना है. सो दिस विल बी 0.75 प्लस 2/3 of 0.25, 2/3 of 0.25. So 0.27 0.75 plus this, so 0.916. So this is my distance, and this is my load. So the final will be 14.84 into 0.916. So that is 13.59 kilonewton into meter, and again this load will give the clockwise movement at A point. So this is also clockwise. This will be clockwise. So this is about W2 force. W2 force calculation. Now next will be W3, that is W3 means this portion, base slab, पूरा base slab 3 meter by 0.45 meter वाला base slab. So next is this base slab calculation. So here I am writing W3. Again W3 is rectangle. Now area will be 25 density into 0.45 into 3 into 1. So this will be your 33.75. This is 33.75 meter. Sorry, kilonewton. Right. And CG distance. CG distance will be from A point. ये 3 मीटर का है. This is your 3 meter. Right, and you are finding all the calculation at this point. So CG distance will be at 1.5 meter. So this is directly 1.5 meter. So this 1.5 meter into 33.75. So this is 50.625 kilonewton into meter moment. Again, this W3 load and this A moment will give the clockwise moment. So here this will be your clockwise. So this will be your clockwise. Right. So this is your W1 force, W2 force and W3 force. Then self weight in kilonewton, distance from A point and bending moment also at A point. And all this moment are clockwise moment, means the stabilizing moment. This is called the stabilizing moment because that will not allow your retaining wall to overturn, because this weight will not allow the overturning moment. That's why it is known as stabilizing moment or resisting moment. Stabilizing or resisting moment. Right. Now one more force is over here, that is called the backfill force or the soil mass force, W4. So that W4 calculation also you need to perform. So I am writing over here at this point, at this part. So continue part of this table is over here. So that is W4. Now what is W4? Here you need to write down soil mass because that will be easy for you to consider that this is not the reinforced concrete element, but this is the soil mass, and that soil mass calculation you need to perform. Now again the self weight of soil mass. So self weight of soil mass, again that is density into volume. Now here density of soil you need to consider, not the reinforced concrete element. So in your data, the density of soil is given as 18 kilonewton per meter cube. So here this will be your 18. Don't write 25 in soil mass calculation because that will make your full calculation wrong. Right. So this 25 because this element are made up with the reinforced concrete, but this W4 is the weight of the soil mass or backfill. So 18 is the density into area. Now कहाँ पे है ये पूरा soil mass? इतने एरिया में जो हिल का पोर्शन है वहां तक पूरा ये throughout the stem height and throughout the width of हील स्लैब, ये पूरा W4 फोर्स है। सो उसका एरिया क्या होगा, दिस हाइट ऑफ स्टेम इज 4.75, सो अगेन रेक्टेंगल है, सो 4.75 इंटू विड्थ ऑफ हील इज 1.8 मीटर इंटू 1, सो दिस विल गिव द वेट ऑफ द सॉइल मास, so 153.9, 153.9 kilonewton is the weight of the soil mass, heavy weight of the soil mass. Then CG point of this W force from A point, तो ये ऐसा है, यहाँ पे सॉइल मास है इतने पोर्शन में, राइट, सो दिस इज योर 1.8 मीटर, तो उसका CG का 1.8 और ये है मेरा 4.75, ये मेरा सॉइल मास रेक्टेंगल वाला है, उसका CG कहाँ पे होगा, उसका सेंटर पे, इसका सेंटर मतलब रेक्टेंगल का सेंटर 1.8 डिवाइड बाई 2 मतलब 0.9, तो ये यहाँ से 0.9 प्लस 0.450, तो 0.9 प्लस 0.450 प्लस ये 0.75 मीटर प्लस 0.75 मीटर, तो 2.1 मीटर। सो मैं यहाँ पे लिख रही हूँ फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट 1.8 बाई 2 प्लस 0.75 प्लस 0.45 and that will give the distance as 2.1 meter. Now last 2.1 meter into 153.9, so the moment will be 323.19 kilonewton into meter. Again, if you draw the sign, then this will give the clockwise movement. ये force आपको clockwise movement दे रहा है, so I am just doing that clockwise movement over here. So this is my W4 force. This one is my W4 force. Now, if you have considered the passive pressure at this point, at left side, यहाँ पे, if you have considered this passive pressure, then this passive pressure also will give the stabilizing moment or resisting moment. Both are same. Passive pressure will also give the stabilizing moment or resisting moment. Right. So if you want to consider the passive pressure, then here you can write, यहाँ पे आपको लिखना है passive pressure P. अभी कितना होगा पैसिव प्रेशर का मैग्नीट्यूड कितना होगा वो आपको लिखना है, तो पैसिव प्रेशर मैंने आपको बताया, पैसिव प्रेशर विल बी 1/2 इंटू KP इंटू गामा इंटू H स्क्वायर, यानी यहाँ पे H स्क्वायर क्या होगा, डेप्थ ऑफ फुटिंग DF स्क्वायर, तो ये वैल्यू 1/2, ये जो वैल्यू आएगी वो ये वैल्यू आपको यहाँ पे लिखनी है, कैन राइट दैट 1/2 KP गामा DF, यू हैव द इक्वेशन ऑफ के कैसे फाइंड करता है, उसका इक्वेशन है K इज इक्वल टू if you want to find K, then K is equal to, for the horizontal surface, K is equal to 1 minus sin pi upon 1 plus sin pi. So from that you can get 1 minus sin pi upon 1 plus sin pi. इससे आप K फाइंड कर दो and KP is equal to 1 upon K. So you can get the KP value. So KP gamma means weight of the soil weight. So that's unit weight of soil is given as yes 18 kilonewton per meter cube. So 1/2 KP की वैल्यू फाइंड करो, गामा इज 18 and depth of footing you have 1.2 meter, 1.2 square, so you can get the passive pressure over here. Then distance of passive pressure will be your H by 3 or DF by 3, depth के थर्ड 1/3 पे लगेगा. So dF/3. So whatever value you are getting over here and D/3 will give the passive pressure moment over here. And that passive pressure moment, if you consider at A point, then that A point will be also the clockwise one. तो आपको यहाँ पर भी clockwise movement का ही मिलेगा passive pressure का. You will get the clockwise movement for the passive pressure. You will get the clockwise movement for the passive pressure. If you have considered passive pressure calculation, then you need to perform this step, passive pressure calculation. Now, once your all the pressure calculation is done for the stabilizing moment, at this point यहाँ पे आपको find करना है summation of total resisting moment. Summation of total resisting moment. तो उसका समेशन क्या होगा? दिस 26.125 प्लस 13.59 यहाँ पे, देन 50.625 यहाँ पे, प्लस ये 323.19, राइट. और अगर आपने पैसिव प्रेशर कंसीडर किया है तो पैसिव प्रेशर का जो भी मोमेंट आएगा वो, ऑल दिस यू नीड टू ऐड एंड दैट विल बी योर stabilizing moment or resisting moment, kilonewton into meter. So this is your resisting moment, 413.53 kilonewton into meter. If you want, then you can consider this passive pressure also and add that, तो आपको मिल जाएगा 413.53. Now here in this slide, the same value I am getting 413.53, and this is the calculation that I have explained just now. और यहाँ पे आपका टोटल समेशन W भी करना है. Here you need to do the total resisting force. Total resisting force capital W R, and that is 23.75 plus 14.84 plus 33.75 plus 153.9. So this is your total resisting force. जैसे ये resisting moment है, same way this is resisting force, 226.24 kilonewton. This is my resisting force.
मैम आपने आમાં पैसिव कैलकुलेट करे कि एक्टिव?